You come to me today, the day of my daughter's wedding, to ask me about editing in Lightroom, editing your phone photos in Lightroom. Well, because today, the day of my daughter's wedding, I will gift you this one request. Will Simpson here, and welcome to Exploring Photography. If you didn't notice, you know this great sweatshirt, The Photographer, Godfather inspired. Forgive my terrible Italian mob accent. Today we're going to talk about editing your phone captured photos in Lightroom rather than using the editing capabilities that your phone naturally has, importing them into Lightroom and editing them there because you have a much wider range of edits and you can make the photos turn out that much better. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's get into Lightroom. You open Lightroom. First thing you have to do is import your photos from your camera roll. So click the three dots in the right side, go to add photos, and you'll notice from camera roll. Click that and add the photos you want to edit. I've already done it, so I'm not going to go ahead and bother with that. But once you have your photos in editing, you can see I have the three photos. We're probably not going to get to all three of them on this one specifically, but let's go ahead and jump into the first. The first one is this great photo, and you can tell that I took it on the phone because in the top left it says image 1494 HEIC. That is an iPhone photo. It is not a RAW photo. With the full version of Lightroom Mobile, you can take RAW photos from the app, but this is not what I did here because that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to show you how great you can edit your photos in the Lightroom Mobile app, even if you have the free version. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the light. So go to light, and then we're going to adjust the highlights. We're gonna drop them down a little, up the shadows. We're gonna set the white and the black points by touching the slider, touching the screen, and then sliding until we see white. And then we're gonna do the same with the black. Touch the slider, touch the screen, slide until you see black. Actually, that looks good. So we're actually gonna raise the shadows a little bit more until we get all the detail back. Reset the black point. Okay, good, there we go. That's better. And then we're going to up the contrast a little. Now to see the before and after, all you have to do is push and hold on the screen, before, after. So already the photo looks better. The next thing we're gonna do is adjust the curves. Now this is also in the light column here, so click curves. And what you're looking at in the far left is the pure black. The next column is your shadows. The middle is midtones. The next one is highlights, and then the far right is your pure whites. We're going to just create a little bit of contrast in this photo. So we're gonna lower the blacks just a shade, and we're gonna raise the highlights just a shade, just to create a little more contrast in the image. And then we'll press done. Once that's done, we're gonna move on to the colors. So click color. We're going to lower the saturation because it's just way too much. Then we're gonna raise the vibrance, which will increase the colors of the photo, the prominent colors in the photo rather than all the colors as a whole. Once that's done, because it was a cold day, we actually went swimming in this water, it was freezing. I'm gonna lower the temperature of the image and make it cooler, so that looks better. Let's show you the before, after. Already looking much better. Now we're gonna adjust the HSL, the hue, saturation, and luminance. So in the same tab, click mix in the top right. We also have the color grading tool, which I did a whole video on. I'll link it in the description, but let's go ahead and into the HSL slider. So now we're here in the HSL, and we have several options here. I wanna adjust the green, so you can click the green option, and then we can adjust the greens. Notice how they change quite dramatically. I don't wanna adjust them much, I just wanna add a little bit of fallish color, and then I wanna drop the saturation, and then I wanna darken them up, so lower the luminance. The other thing you can do is click this target, and then in the bottom you see hue, saturation, and luminance. Select which one you wanna adjust, let's say saturation, click where you wanna adjust it, and then drag down. You'll notice that it adjusts the colors that are prominent there. Now let's go ahead and reset this. So, okay, it's kind of hard to reset it, so we're just gonna go into the yellow. Oh, just undo it, there we go. Undo, change color, top right, top middle, undo, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go into yellows, and I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of the yellow there, because you see how that brown in the foreground's highlighting, that's what I want. Then we're gonna lower the saturation, we're gonna raise the saturation a little, and we're gonna raise the luminance a little to get more highlights. Then I wanna adjust the rim of the cup. So let's go ahead and press the blue slider. Let's raise the hue to more blue and then darken it, and it really pulls your attention in. That's all we're gonna do there. The next thing, press done. The next thing we're gonna go is into effects. We're gonna lower the clarity a little, and then we're going to darken the put in a vignette and make that pop. So here's the before, and here is the after. Few tweaks makes a huge difference. And you cannot do that in your editing program of your phone. So let's go on to the next image. And here's a really cool point about Lightroom Mobile. You can have your presets already pre-made. So for example, if I liked that edit, then I go up here in the top left, I go to create preset, and I title it, and there we go. Select all the options to create the preset so I can apply it to later images. Now, I already have some presets that I made. They are actually for sale on my website. If you're interested, I'll link them in the description. And how I got them on my phone was, I actually did a video on this, so I'll link that in the description also. But all I did was I have an Adobe membership. I uploaded them to my Lightroom CC on my computer. I logged into my Adobe account on my phone, and it automatically linked them together. So what we're gonna do with this edit is I'm gonna swipe over here to the right. I'm gonna click presets. I'm gonna apply Summer Breeze because it looks really good. Check, and then I'm gonna slide over here. I'm gonna do the light because I need to adjust the exposure. I'm gonna brighten it up, and that makes it much nicer. We're gonna drop the highlights because it's a little bright over there on the right side. And then this next thing I'm gonna do is a selective edit. It's the adjustment brushes, radial filters, graduated filters. You can't do that with the free version of Lightroom. So you can do a lot with the free version, just not this particular one. If you have the $4.99 a month version, you absolutely can do this. So we're gonna go to selective, click the plus sign, graduated filter. We're gonna pull it in right there, go to light, drop the light, and pull your attention to the mill. Then I'm press check, and I'm gonna add another one, and I'm gonna drag it down right here. Go to light, darken it, and there we go. Okay, so before, after, and whoo! Look at that photo. That is a hot photo. And what did that take me, like 20 seconds? I mean, that is incredible. Now we could do a couple of other things. Let's say I wanted to lower the saturation because it is a little crazy. So let's lower the saturation a little. There we go. Okay, good. That's a little bit better. All right, I love it. And that's it. Those are some quick tips on editing your photos in Lightroom. You can take amazing photos on your phone. You just whip out your phone, take a picture, but then the editing really makes the picture pop. So make sure you're importing your pictures into Lightroom Mobile and editing them, and practice, because it does take a little bit of work, but once you get it, you are going to be making some fire photos. And I hope this helps. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I do videos like this every Monday at 7 p.m. Go ahead and like the video if this was helpful. Comment if you have any questions or if you'd like to see more editing tutorials on Lightroom Mobile. But other than that, guys, I hope this was helpful. Hope it was quick enough. I'm not sure. I'll know after editing. Anyways, have a good day on this, the day of my daughter's wedding. It's not actually my daughter's wedding. I'll see you guys next week.